about nobody, just with you right now. Tell the truth, I look better under you. I can lose when I'm with you. How can I lose?
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brianna Marielle and I am back with another video. Today we're going to be having a girl talk / a girl chit chat. It's going to consist of topics such as friendships, relationships, self-love, standing on business, careers, getting your life together, and so much more. Whatever I don't cover in today's video, I will make another girl chat. So whatever you didn't hear or want to learn more on, comment down below, DM me, email me, whatever floats your boat. Basically, I'm gonna be talking about my perspective on these topics. It's just my opinion. The advice I would give to somebody like myself or another woman or another girl who feels like they just need that extra advice throughout their life, you know, because life is stressful. I wanted to make this video very cute, very girly. Hair's done, makeup is tea. Like, I actually did my thing, okay? But today we're gonna be having a girl talk. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend about me. Without further ado, let's get into the video because there's a lot to talk about. All right, today is November 6th, and I wasn't gonna talk about it, but yeah, it's the day after elections, and we all found out that Trump is going to be our president. I'm not a politics girl, but I just feel like I really wanted Kamala to win. Everybody has their pros and cons, but as a woman, I wanted Kamala to win. As a black woman, I wanted Kamala to win. I'm not gonna speak too much on it because I'm not a politics girl like that. I know enough, but not too much. I'm glad that everybody got the chance to vote. We did our big one, especially my state, our Democratic state did a big one. We really took the time to go out in these polls, vote, exercised our rights. I'm really proud of that. But I really thought she was gonna win. Oh my gosh. I don't know about y'all, but I was up refreshing that little electoral votes count every second. Oh my gosh. And I ended up falling asleep, and I seen it. He won by he won again. My thoughts are for the LGBTQ community, the Latino community, the immigrants, the women in America, like the education. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. And I hope whoever voted for him, I hope you're proud. You won. But I mean, the fight ain't over. I'm already ready for next term. Man, I was really excited because it's like yesterday I was driving around before when I was going to get my nails done. I seen all the Kamala Harris posters. Everybody was at the polls voting. I'm like, yes, I love to see that. And for the people who didn't vote because they simply just didn't know who to vote for, I feel like you just should have done your research. Not necessarily the people who don't know who they should vote for, the people who didn't even vote because they just didn't want to vote. Or the people who didn't vote for Kamala because she's a woman. I just find that very gender stereotypical because it's like, you don't want to have a woman lead, right? But y'all having a whole convicted felon lead this country, and convicted felons and people with criminal backgrounds in the US can't even get a decent job. So it's like, what's really going on? I come with peace. I know who I wanted to vote for, and I'm still happy that I was able to vote for her, even though it was through mail. It's just, she made it to the point where her name was on a ballot. That's enough for now. And she got all these people, gathered all these people, and her campaign was so strong. And she had, what, 2-3 months to really get this all together? She did pretty good, because imagine if she was going to be in the elections from the beginning. She probably would have won. But hey, I'm not here to really say who could have done what. But I don't know what's in store for the next 4 years. But the way people are making it seem, it's just, I don't know. Everything's so questionable. For the first topic I'm going to talk about is friendships. This is a very lengthy topic because I do notice a lot of like friends, especially on TikTok. TikTok is like where you find everything. The repost, all that, you just find the things that just relate to your situation. When it comes to like finding friends as a girl in her 20s, especially when you're like you're sociable, but to an extent, like say you're in a room with a big crowd, you don't really talk to many people because you're not sociable, but you're an introvert, but you're also an extrovert. This is mainly for the people like that. I do notice that in my 20s, it is harder finding friends, especially when you have a lot on your plate. And what I mean by that is like you work, you have a business, you're in between jobs, you're just trying to find yourself, and you want to be surrounded by people that are genuine like you, no competition, no issues, none of that. It's hard finding genuine friendships nowadays, only because I just feel like people come with motives, or they're surrounded by people that give in, that see a specific friend or a friendship in a way where you may not see it, and their opinions can make you change. And I feel like if you're trying to find genuine friends, you also have to be genuine within yourself. You have to give yourself grace. You have to give other people grace, because a lot of people go through things and they don't talk about it. And that's just a fact. That's a given fact. A lot of people go through things where it requires isolation. And what I mean by that is, say if you're having a hardship and you just don't feel mentally capable of talking to someone, you need that break. It's okay. It's okay. Anybody who's your real friend will understand that it is okay if you go through things by yourself and you need that time. It doesn't matter how long the time is, but I just feel like as a friend, you should know that you have to give people grace. In order for people to be the best they can be, sometimes they need that isolation. Sometimes they need that time to themselves to think, what am I bringing to the table in terms of this friendship? What am I bringing to the table within myself? Because you can't be a good friend to other people if you're not a good friend to yourself. And that's definitely something I'm learning every day. And I'm pretty sure other people are learning every day too. Speaking of the isolation, I have seen a lot on TikTok about how people think that when someone isolates, that means that they're being weird. And I'm here to tell you that it's not about somebody being weird. It's about them just needing that space. If you feel like they're being weird, then that's on you to reach out to that person, because especially if they're a social person, I just feel like you should just reach out to them and see what it is. If you really genuinely care about them and their absence, then reach out to them. See how they're doing. A cute, how was your day? How are you? How are you doing? How are you feeling? It's been a while since we've talked, you know? Simple things like that. It's just, you know, I mean, you don't need to do that, but I just feel like when you feel like your friend is being weird, reach out to them. It's not that hard. But I feel like when it comes to friendships in your 20s, you also want to surround yourself by people who you see in the long run. And what I also mean by that is you want to surround yourself by good people who you feel as though it's not going to interfere with your future, who bring things to the table. I mean, they don't always have to bring certain things to the table, but they have to be one of those type of people where like you're career driven, you got a lot going for yourself. You want to surround yourself by people that are almost better than you so that you can also elevate as well, because the more you hang out with people who are doing nothing, they aren't supporting you, they aren't doing anything that contributes to your life in a good way, you kind of need to let them go, especially when you're trying to change. You don't want to be that type of person, because the more you hang around people that are not on the same path as you, the more you're going to be like them. So you also want to surround yourself by people that you feel like are going to help you grow as an individual. I think another important theme when it comes to friendships is definitely support. You need to have a support system in order to grow. I feel like if a lot of people go through things by themselves, and it's like it's really important that you do have a group of people that you can call on, that will be there no matter when, no matter how, no matter the time of day. It's always good to have like a support system, because I feel like without that, it's like you're more prone to being more emotionally unavailable and let your thoughts get into your way of making certain decisions. A good group of girls, or a good group of girls and boys, is really important, especially when you're growing as an individual. Like, you also want to be around people that are trustworthy, because that's the number one thing. Trust is a very important thing in terms of friendships, relationships, anything, okay? You want to be able to trust these people that you're being friends with, because I've seen a lot of fallouts, and one thing leads to another, and then people's business is being spread. That is not cute. Please wrap that up in 2024. Wrap it up. Especially, I hate those situations where you fall out with a person and they air your business, especially on social media, because you're grown. What are you doing on social media telling the whole world about somebody else's business that you don't mess with anymore? Just because you're mad? Just because you're mad. That makes no sense. Just walk away. It's not that hard. Block them, delete them off your social media. That's all you gotta do. You don't have to do all this just to prove your point. You proved your point when you stood on your business and said, I'm done with you. You don't have to air their business out just because y'all had a bad fallout. There's no need for that. There's no need for all that. There's no need for the subliminals. You're too grown. You're too grown, okay? So stop. You got other fish to fry. You don't need to be worried about somebody else and their feelings. Go get some money. Go get some money. Go get a bag. Start a business. Do something with your life. Don't put your eggs all in one basket and worry about this person that you cut off because y'all had a bad fallout. Like, what? That's not cute. That's not demure. That's not classy. Grow up. Okay? Grow up. So for the next topic, it would be about relationships. And, oh, child. Relationships can either make or break you. A romantic relationship can either make or break you. It's important that when you jump into a relationship with someone, make sure you love yourself first. Make sure you're not bringing the unnecessary baggage to the relationship, because it's gonna lead to insecurities, unexplainable events. You're usually in a romantic relationship with somebody that is going to love you and cherish you. They should be bringing you peace. A relationship is going to have its ups and downs, but you should not be on your P's and Q's. You should not be stressing over stuff that you don't need to be stressing about. If the man is not bringing anything to the table, if the woman is not bringing anything to the table, you need to go. Because if they are depending on you, the relationship's not going to work. Unless they're going through something and they're going to like get their stuff together eventually. They're just having a downfall in their life right now. That's okay too. But it's like, you can't make that a repetitive cycle. You can't be that person they always go to when they're down, because they also need to be those type of people that are willing to get themselves up by themselves without somebody else's help. When it comes to relationships, you also want to be with someone that you can trust, that you can just be comfortable around. It's not always for the media. It's not always for the look. You don't always need to be with someone just because of how they look. It's about how they treat you. You can't be with somebody like that, because one thing about it, you could date the cutest man, but he could be doing X, Y, and Z, treating you like X, Y, and Z, and it's just not cute. You're gonna stress yourself out. I see a lot of these relationships now where people are literally going through the most. They're going through the most when they can literally just find somebody else. Granted, finding someone else is hard, but it's like you also have to be willing to want to find someone else. You can't just say, oh, I'm gonna find somebody else, and then just go back to that person. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. I see a lot of girls and guys go back to the person, and their excuse is, oh, it's because I'm used to them. You are going to be stuck. Capital S-T-U-C-K, stuck. You're going to be going through the same cycle, I promise you. Because one thing about it, God gonna reveal. He is going to reveal and reveal and reveal and give you signs that you are not supposed to be with that person. But it's up to you to fix that. So there's no need for the, oh, I'm used to them. I understand that wholeheartedly, and that is a hard cycle to get out of, but you gotta let them go. Give them grace, wish them the best. I know a lot of people who are not mature enough. They're not mature enough to see them with another person, and that's so understandable, because it's like you really want that thing, that relationship to work out, but it's just like you also gotta remember, like, you can't keep going through this, because baby, when you stress about something, especially in relationships, time goes by quick. You see it all in your face. You start losing weight, gaining weight, acne all over the place, hormones all over the place. You don't need to be dealing with that, especially in your 20s. Especially in your 20s. Do not give it up to every man. That's not cute. That is not cute. It may be cute for your friend, but it's not cute for you. People don't really have much to offer when you're already offering things like that on the table. After that, the conversation's clipped. It's done. Especially when a man just gets what he want. Girl, keep them legs closed. Have these men initiate things. Especially when you're in that dating era, not in a relationship. When you're in the dating era, especially in your 20s, let that man chase you, okay? Don't chase that man. Men are very selective of what they want. They know what they want. If you're not what they want, they just want one thing. I've seen it. I've seen it happen to many people that I know and that I've heard about. Like, men only want one thing, especially when they're not interested in you. They're like, oh, well, if I'm not interested in her, then I'm just gonna go do this and get my needs out the way and go find my girl. You know? Like, no, don't give it up to every man you know. Because you also don't want to be known as that girl that was doing X, Y, and Z, giving it up to the whole city. Like, that's not cute. That's not cute. It may be cute for you. I understand you gotta fulfill your needs, but every man, though, nah, be selective about it. Be smart. But that's my perspective. There's other people that are happy doing it, but that's just my perspective. I'm not knocking anybody down. But to me, I just feel like it's not cute. When you are in a relationship with somebody, you also want to make sure that they are financially stable. They have goals. They have money. And it's not for you. It's make sure that they have their own platform, because you don't want to be with somebody that is depending on you when you already got your own stuff going on. It's just not going to work. Nope. They have to be stable. Date people that have their own things. Please. 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 Because a lot of us women make the mistake of giving and giving and giving, thinking, oh, this is going to help him like me more. This is going to help him really show that I'm loyal and all this and that. No, it's not. It's just going to benefit them. And they're going to keep coming back because they know you're going to give it up. Whatever it is you're giving up. Money, your body, your self-love, your heart. You're going to keep asking for it. Not physically, but they will show you that they want that. So please, please, just love yourself first. Make sure you're not with anybody that already has baggage, because if they have baggage, it's going to create more baggage and it's going to stress you out. So please be with someone you love, someone that loves you back and won't embarrass you and brings you nothing but peace. There will be arguments, but at the end of the day, it's how you guys work on it, and it has to be a healthy way. This is for the girls. I know you guys got that faith. You gotta have faith. So for the next topic, I definitely wanted to focus on the act of standing on business. There's a lot of controversy with that. It can either bring a lot of chaos to your life or bring a lot of peace. Or it can create both, you know? When it comes to standing on business, you want to do it in a way where it's not seen as disrespectful. And what I mean by that is you don't want to do it in a way where someone feels like you're coming at them. It's more so a way of you trying to tell that person to not play with me. It's more so of saying, I appreciate the things that you have done, but this is not how I want to do things anymore. The most easiest way you can stand on business is by saying no. 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 Just no. No. There's no need for you to explain why you're saying no. No is explainable itself. No is very clear itself, honestly. No. Standing on business also requires you to walk away from things that are sent to destroy you. If you gotta block this person, block them. Don't even say you're gonna block them. Just block them. Block them. Delete numbers. Delete all ties. Delete everything. And just walk away. It may hurt a little bit, but it's okay because that means you're showing your growth. You're walking through this this is a personal achievement that you're doing. When people stand on business, you also have to take into consideration that people are always going to feel a way when you stand on business, especially if you're a people pleaser. Because a lot of people think that, oh, she'll never do this or he'll never do that. But when you start to show people that you are not the one to play with, they get intimidated and they also feel a way when you start to do things for yourself. There was like this one person in my life who wanted me to do things and tell things like in my life because he was doing it. But it's like I saw what kind of person they were and I just didn't feel comfortable like sharing my own things or doing things with that person, only because it's like I see how you are like around other people and you be airing people's business out, X, Y, and Z. And it's just like, if you're going to talk about this person to me, then I know you're talking about me to other people. And I just didn't want to be around that. So I just walked away, washed my hands, done. But this was like a long time ago. This isn't anything recent. I couldn't be around that. And I was already going through it. And I'm just like, I can't deal with it. Because no. Stand on business, but make sure it's not in a disrespectful way, because people can take that as a threat. Weak people can take that as a threat. Or people who think they always get their way, they take that as a threat. And if they feel like it's a threat, then they don't respect you. They don't respect you. They don't respect how you feel. They don't respect your emotions and your goals, your future goals, or your future regardless. So it's important to stand on business, say no, speak for yourself, be an advocate for yourself. Because that's the only way you're going to get to a specific place in your life where you can feel comfortable living and not have any regrets. For the next topic, I definitely want to focus on self-love. So when it comes to this topic, I feel like it is important to love yourself. Meaning, if you see something in the store, go buy it. If it's in your financial bracket at the moment, go buy it. If you need to go get your hair done, go get it done. If you want to try a new hairstyle, go get it done. You want to get your nails done, go get it done. Do what makes you happy, but also be very mindful of the financial aspects it may bring to the table. Go on dates. by yourself. It may be weird at first, and it's crazy because I was out with my best friend a couple weeks ago. We went to Olive Garden, and like this guy, he was sitting at Olive Garden in a booth by himself. I was telling her, I was just like, you know, I want to get to that level where I just go out by myself and just enjoy my own company, because you also don't want to be those type of people where you depend on people to go out with you, because that's a lot. Sometimes it could be a lot because you gotta get ready and wait on that person, and sometimes they may flake, they may cancel, or they might not be the vibes you really want to be with at that moment of time. If they're not giving you the validation you need when you go outside, you don't need to be with them during that period going out. So it's important that you go out for your own self. Do things for your own self. Do different things. Read a book. Go on vacation. Write in a diary. It may sound corny, but sometimes it helps you get your thoughts out. Go to therapy. Therapy is not as bad as it seems. When people think of therapy, they think of it as you trying to like get all your bad problems out. Some people go to therapy because it makes them feel good. They could be talking about the best things that happen in their life. You just never know anybody's battles. You never know their story. So don't be judgmental of that. Another thing I would definitely do when it comes to self-care is, if you feel like staying home, stay home. You don't always have to be outside. You can be in the comfort of your own bed, your own room, your own house, your own place. You don't always have to go out just because everybody else is going out. Don't be a follower. Be yourself. Find your own path, your own likes and dislikes. Watch your own favorite movie. Watch your own favorite show. The self-love is within itself. You don't need anybody's help with that. You don't need them as a validation. You want them, but you don't need them. I just feel like when it comes to self-love, you just need to know how to treat yourself and your likes and dislikes before somebody can do it for you, especially in terms of like romantic relationships. You know what you're going to settle for when you focus on your self-love. You know what you do and don't want in terms of friendships, relationships, careers, all that. Even the way somebody talks to you. You know how you want to be talked to. Like, just focus on yourself. Find your inner happiness, your inner peace. What brings you peace by yourself? Because without that, you're going to be in this world confused. Learning and going back and forth, or putting your eggs into a basket that is not made for you. For this topic, I'm definitely going to be talking about careers and like just the social media aspect of it. Careers can be tricky. I got my bachelor's, I got my master's, and I also have a side business that has absolutely nothing to do with either degree. And I'm thinking about going to level up in that passion. I'm not going to speak too much on it because, you know, I don't want anybody to block my blessings. It's important to find your own path. It's important to find a career where you feel comfortable. You don't do it for the aesthetic like a lot of these people are doing now, especially in the nursing field. Oh, I know. That was a real whoa moment. Yeah, I've seen a lot of nurses that become nurses for the aesthetic and they don't even really like the job. But it's important to find a career where you're going to be happy. I feel like money shouldn't matter when it comes to your career, because at the end of the day, the average American works until like the day they die or the day they retire. So it's important to make your life the best of it. So find a career that makes you comfortable. Yes, you're going to be going from job to job. It's okay, because you're realizing at every other job that there's one thing about that job that just doesn't work for you, and you're willing to take the steps to go find another place to work so that you can feel comfortable doing it, especially if it's a passion that you have. And you also, when it comes to careers, you don't want to be doing too much, because this is how a burnout would occur, meaning you'd get tired of doing what you love. You don't want to get to that point. So it's really important to find a career where you feel comfortable, that brings you happiness, peace, and doesn't stress you out, especially on your days off. You don't want to be overworked. You don't want to cause a burnout, because then you're never going to want to do it again, and you're just going to feel like it's a responsibility more than a hobby. Because if you think about it, think of your career as a hobby. It's something you're supposed to like. Yes, you get paid for it, but at the end of the day, you still gotta enjoy it. And it's just like, I know for me, my career paths are like all over the place. Like there's so much I want to do. But I'm not going to speak on it. Just try to be comfortable. Find a job. If the job don't work out for you, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Yes, it is financially if you already got responsibilities, but you can overcome that. It's okay. You always got to have a backup plan. Always have a backup plan. Because if you don't, you're more likely to suffer. But that was it for today. Those were the topics I wanted to talk about in our little girl talk, and whatever I didn't talk about in this video, please comment or DM me or whatever you got to do. Please tell me anything you want to talk about in the next video, because I know I'm going to do another one. So please just let me know what you would love to talk about. Even you can even give me problems that you're facing, and I can talk about the problem on that girl talk. This is a non-judgmental girl talk, okay? I don't judge anyone. I'm technically a licensed counselor. Got my master's in counseling, so I definitely am open to hearing your stories and you wanting to get advice. I'm all for it. I promise. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Okay? I really appreciate you guys for watching my video. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, evening, morning, whenever you see this video. Just have a good day. Have a good night of sleep. But bye. Can we really just get into the makeup? Because I did my big one for this girl talk. Blush, everything's just, middle part is tea. I did so good on this U-part wig. It looks like I have in a sew-in, but I just have a U-part wig with a sew-in braided base. Don't mind the mess. All my perfume and stuff. Like, alright.